Found in Grandpa's attic.
It was a dirty, dusty old box, and it's like, well, I don't know what it is.
A discovery that will make the baseball world flip.
You've got Honus Wagner, Ty Cobb, Cy Young, Christy Mathewson.
I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, I have $1 million sitting in a chair.
But is it almost too much of a good thing?
It certainly changes the market in a negative way.
I'm Jamie Colby, and today I'm in Northwest Ohio on the edge of an area called the Great Black Swamp. I'm here to meet a family who's lived here for more than 100 years. So when they unearth their strange inheritance, they give it a code name, the Black Swamp Find.
I'm Carl Kistner. In 2011, my cousins and I inherited the family home from our aunt. She had left us a note. We would find things in this home that we never knew existed.
Carl, a 54-year-old restaurant owner, has invited me to the family home in the small town of Defiance, Ohio. Carl? Hi.
Hi.
I'm Jamie. How are you?
Very good. Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too. Thanks for having me. Is this the family home?
This is Grandma's home. Come on in, I'll show you around.
The house first came into Carl's family in 1909.
Neat old place, but he's a little TLC.
Are you saying be careful?
Yes.
Okay. In 2012, Carl and his cousin start the daunting task of cleaning out a home that's been lived in for more than a century. After several weeks of sorting through the house, only the attic remains. Carl and his cousin Carla decide to tackle the project.
Ladies first.
Oh my, look at this place.
The attic is empty now, but not that day in 2012. Carl and Carla walk in to find a century's worth of dusty boxes and family heirlooms.
And literally filled to the rafters.
Filled to the rafters, all the way up to about here, and just a path down through the middle.
After several hours, they uncover a box hugging the back wall. It contains something the two cousins have never seen before.
It was a dirty, dusty old box, and I opened it up, and it's like, wow, I don't know what it is.
The cousins see what appear to be small cardboard photos tightly wrapped in twine. They recognize some pretty familiar faces.
We're both looking at it. It's baseball players, Cy Young, Ty Cobb, Wagner, but they're not baseball cards. Not to us. We get one out and we look at the back and they look like baseball cards, just miniaturized. No stats, no who made it, no nothing.
How many are we talking about?
Hundreds.
Amazing. So you see the box, you take them out. What do you and Carla say?
Actually, we set them on a dresser in the hallway and dove back into the attic.
But soon Carl starts to ponder where the strange cards may have come from. Were they something Aunt Jean collected off a cereal box? Or maybe they go all the way back to his grandfather, Carl Hench.
He's a German immigrant, and he works his way down through Chicago and towards the Ohio Valley.
He's chasing the American dream to own a home and start a business. Carl's a butcher by trade, and by 1905, he scraped together enough to open his own shop here in Defiance, the Carl Hench Meat Market. Along with meats and sausages, he sells candies and other grocery items.
Was he successful in his shop?
Very successful as a butcher in town, very well known.
In 1909, he marries his love, Jenny. They start a family and buy that dream home. By now, baseball has long established itself as the national pastime, and for decades, various companies have used baseball cards to sell their products.
The first nationally circulated cards came inside packages of tobacco in the late 1880s and was actually one of the first opportunities for the average citizen to own a real photo.
Candy companies jump into the game, too. The so-called caramel cards help sell the sweets and the top players of the day.
You've got Honus Wagner, Ty Cobb, Cy Young, Christy Mathewson.
Children love the candy, but the cards even more.
Kids did what kids do. They played with them, they traded them. There's card flipping games that they did with them.
All Carl and Carla know at this point is that the cards may have come from their grandfather's store.
Our guess is that he would have given them away as promotional items. And like any good businessman, when you got leftovers, you save them for the next promotion.
Beyond that, Carl isn't sure what they have in the box, but he tells his cousin he'll find out. The box sits on that dresser for a few days and almost gets thrown out several times before Carl brings it to his restaurant to research the cards online. After a few days, he has some leads.
I was looking at a 1909 caramel card, and I'm going, okay, it's not identical, but this is too close, and they've got an estimated value on this card
Of?
around $15,000.
Carl discovers that a similar Ty Cobb card, identified as a 1910 caramel card, recently sold for $40,000.
And I got a box full of them, and they're pristine.
That's amazing. You're sitting on a bundle of money.
Yeah. At that point, the heart is starting to race, and I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, I have $1 million sitting in a chair.
A lot more than that. If, that is, Carl can confirm his cards are real.
You're a little skeptical, but you're always looking forward to that one phone call that turns out to be gold.
That's next.
But first, our strange inheritance quiz question. Which gets credit for helping set off the rookie card craze? Is it the 1952 Topps Mickey Mantle, the 1968 Topps Nolan Ryan, the 1984 Don Russ Don Mattingly, or the 1989 Upper Deck Ken Griffey Jr.? The answer when we return. So which helped set off the rookie card craze? It's C, the 1984 Don Russ Don Mattingly. He didn't have the Hall of Fame career some predicted, but Mattingly's cards remain popular.
While the grandchildren of Carl and Jenny Hench are cleaning out the century-old family home in Northwest Ohio, they find a dust-covered box containing what appear to be vintage baseball cards.
I had went to some of the auction sites. I'm seeing a Ty Cobb for $40,000, and I'm looking at the Ty Cobb that I have going, ooh, mine's better.
The box Carl found in the attic not only contains Cobb, known as the Georgia Peach, but all the greats of the era. And it's not just one of each player, it's dozens. In all, there are 800 cards, most in pristine condition.
It kind of takes it out of a scope and a realm that you're not quite sure how to handle it.
Step 1, find out if the cards are real. Carl reaches out to vintage sports cards expert Peter Calderon in Dallas.
I received a phone call, which was very cryptic. He didn't want to go into any details. On a daily basis, we receive phone calls from people who find cards. It's always reprints.
Peter tells Carl to text some photos of the cards, and he'll take a look when he gets a chance.
When I got that first picture, the first thing I thought of, this is going to be filed in a too good to be true folder. But they looked amazing, and I saw nothing about them that suggested they weren't real. So I definitely, the next plan was we talked about him sending me some sample of the cards.
Carl overnights 8 cards to Peter with a note attached saying, "Call me before you open." When the box arrives at Heritage Auctions in Dallas,
I gave him a call, had him on the phone.
And there's that moment of silence that feels like 10 minutes, but it's actually a matter of seconds.
I opened up the box, and I pulled out a large plastic holder.
And then there's the, oh,
I was just floored because I had no idea what a 100-year-old baseball card looked like brand new.
Well, at that moment, I pretty much know that, yeah, these are real.
Carl has one more bombshell.
So his next question is, do you have any more? Yes, hundreds.
I would have been happy if it was just the 8 cards. There is when you realize this is the find of a lifetime.
Carl Carl dubs the cards the Black Swamp Find after the nickname for this section of Northwest Ohio. They're quickly shipped to Dallas on an armored truck and locked in the safety of a vault. The next step is to get each card officially graded on a scale of 1 to 10. Carl goes with Professional Sports Authenticator. I meet up with Joe Orlando, president of PSA, at the National Sports Collectors Convention for a crash course in grading baseball cards.
Why is this one only a 1? Babe Ruth cannot be just a 1.
So if you look at the card, you can see all of the defects. There's surface wear, multiple creases throughout the card. This is about as low as it can get.
So this one is higher. This is 8. Is that considered mint?
This is considered almost mint, but when you look really, really close, you can see very little tiny white pieces of wear on each corner. And that's the difference between an 8, a 9, or a 10.
Those tiny imperfections can make a difference of thousands of dollars.
If this is a PSA 8, it's worth roughly, $100 or so. If it were a 9, it's worth probably, north of $1,000, and if it's a 10, it's worth north of $5,000.
So what about the Black Swamp Find? Do Carl's cards make the grade?
What was your reaction when you saw the first cards?
It was mind-blowing.
Before the Black Swamp Find, the highest grade PSA ever gave to a card in that series was a 7. Carl's cards beat that in their first at-bat.
It was a Ty Cobb, and it graded a PSA Mint 9. Little did we know that there were 15 more Ty Cobb 9s, and of course, hundreds of high-grade 8s, 9s, and even 10s in the set.
Sounds pretty good, right? Not so fast. The collection doubles the known population of this type of card, and the unprecedented size and quality of the find could crash the baseball card collector's market. Will Carl's inheritance end up being too much of a good thing?
If you were to flood the market with all of this at one time, it would certainly diminish the value of the entire find.
That's next.
Here's another quiz question for you. What's the most ever paid for a Babe Ruth baseball card? Is it $78,000, $517,000, or $1.3 million? The answer in a moment. So what's the most ever paid for a Babe Ruth baseball card? It's B, $517,000 for a 1914 Baltimore News Ruth rookie card, sold in 2008.
In 2012, in Defiance, Ohio, Carl Kistner discovers 800 vintage baseball cards in the attic of his old family home. Most of the century-old cards remain in near mint condition, which is rare among cards even half their age. Before the collecting craze in the 1980s, cards were simply fun toys to be used in bike wheel spokes or flipping games like this one.
So I'm gonna toss a card, and it'll land either picture or stats. You're gonna toss a card. If you match my card, you get to keep my card and your card. If you don't, I get to go home with your cards.
Okay, let's do this.
All right, here goes. Stats.
Stats up.
Picture. I'm a winner.
You're a winner.
Fortunately for Carl, his grandfather wasn't interested in such games, and the collection should easily be worth millions if they play their cards right. You see, selling the so-called Black Swamp Find all at once could flood the market and severely drive prices down.
Because of the size of the collection and the quantity involved, there was a lot of concern about the value. If there was one of each player, that would have been ideal.
So, Heritage Auctions proposes a series of separate sales to maximize the family's take.
We decided the best way to do it is to take your time, sell them by the set over a number of years.
Carl runs the estate on behalf of the 20 grandchildren and divides the cards up into equal sets. Each family member can either join a consortium to sell the cards or keep their share as a family heirloom.
Did anyone keep the
Yes.
cards?
Yes.
Really?
Some of them did.
But most family members agreed to team up and sell the cards gradually. Peter Calderon tallies the numbers and comes up with what Carl might expect if all goes right. Nearly $3 million. For Carl, it's a staggering sum.
We're stunned. This is something we almost threw in a dumpster.
In August 2012, in Baltimore's Camden Yards ballpark, they put the first 37 cards up for auction.
They were the best of the best. They were the best graded cards out of all of them that we had graded.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's do lot 001. It's the 1910 E98.
In bidding that's fast and furious, the family sees one lot of 9 cards go for $40,000. A second lot of 27 cards goes for $286,000. But the real cleanup hitter of the night, the only PSA Gem Mint 10 graded card of Hall of Famer Honus Wagner in existence.
$240,000 solid of the cut bid. Anyone else? Done, $240,000.
We're flabbergasted. This is a wonderful gift from our grandfather and from our aunt. What more can you ask for?
The family's total for the night? $566,000. It's a very promising start, but they've also sold their best cards. Does the Black Swamp Find still have enough gas in it to get the Hench grandchildren to their $3 million goal? That's next.
Now, back to Strange Inheritance.
Carl Kistner and his family are slowly selling off their strange inheritance, 800 rare vintage baseball cards. The collection is valued at around $3 million. An initial auction of their best cards has already brought in $566,000. And the family still has plenty of high-grade Hall of Famers to sell. In October 2012 and May 2013, 2 online auctions with some help from legendary manager Connie Mack rack up $419,000. Then in August 2013 in Chicago, a PSA 8 Minor Brown pitches in to help the team ring up another $228K. And in the Big Apple in February 2014, a PSA 8.5 Johnny Evers and Mint 9 Frank Chance assist in a $300,000 haul. 2 more online auctions raised the total to $1.7 million. On July 31st, 2014, I joined Carl and his cousin Carla at the 35th National Sports Collectors Convention in Cleveland for their latest auction.
Got a fired up crowd here tonight. What do you think, Carl?
It's exciting watching everybody and listening to the on-floor bids. You get into the feel of it, the mood of it.
Bid what you want. The last person standing with their hand in the air gets the item.
Apparently people have money. At the end of tonight, you may too.
Up first for Carl and Carla tonight, the Georgia Peach.
This is the 1910 E98 set of 30 Ty Cobb, Black Swamp Find, PSA Mint 9. Are you serious? Yes, we are serious. 26,000 who's been to 28 grand, 27 Heritage Live, 28 on the 30. Fair warning, anybody else?
When the auctioneer kind of slows down like that, you know it's getting good.
Yeah.
So at $28,000.
Congratulations, guys. That's awesome.
Now stepping up to the plate, a PSA Mint 9 Honus Wagner.
No, Honus.
Hey, come on. Yeah, come on, Honus, baby.
32 and a half at Heritage Live. Another bidder just jumped on it. Let's sell this thing at $33,000.
The bidding ends at $33,750.
Yeah, very good. All right.
Their weekend earnings, including online sales, total $133,000, lifting the Black Swamp Find total to $1.85 million.
Are you satisfied tonight?
I'm ecstatic, and you know the person that's buying it wants it and appreciates it. And he's going to add it to his collection, and maybe he'll pass it on to his family.
A box stored and forgotten in the attic for over a century eventually changes a collectibles industry forever, along with the lives of the 20 Hench grandchildren. So far, the Black Swamp find is like a slugger with 40 home runs at the All-Star break, well on track to surpass the goal set by Peter Calderon.
There's still 10 more sets to sell, and we're still averaging almost $200,000 a set.
And in the card collecting market, the game's never over till the last man is out.
What would Grandpa say?
I think Grandpa would be stunned, amazed, and pleased. I'm sure that he is, because I'm sure that the whole family is up there looking down with big smiles on their faces.
Was the Black Swamp find nearly history's most epic case of some guy's mom throwing out his baseball card collection? Carl thinks so. When he made his big discovery in the attic, he spied several wrinkled and grimy cards strewn among the rafters and the floorboards. Carl believes that they went flying during one of his Grandma Jenny's cleaning purges, when she'd pitch boxes of junk right out the attic window into a big mound below. Thank goodness she never got hold of that one box in the corner. I'm Jamie Colby for Strange Inheritance. Thank you so much for joining us, and remember, you can't take it with you.